Good morning, everyone. I'm here again. My name is Jeju Zoma, and we're looking at the subject social studies. And today we'll be looking at the topic common illness. So join me for a ride. Let us look at the topic. Now, common illness, let us look at the specific objective. At the end of the lessons, the people should be able to, one, define illness, should be able to define illness. Two, list the common illness in our society. What are the common illness we normally experience in our society today? Then, mention the symptoms of the common illness in our society. Now, I want to ask you something. Have you ever been in a situation you woke up in the morning and it was time for you to go to school, and mommy mommy will now tell you to get up and take your bath, and you will tell you, mommy, I'm having headache, I can't stand up, my head is aching me, my body is paining me, I'm cold. And mommy like, are you serious? Mommy like, okay, just try, take your bath, okay? And after taking your bath, mommy will give you a little paracetamol, and she will take you to school, and she will now tell Auntie Esther that Auntie Esther should watch over you and make sure that she studies anything about it. If there's any problem, that she could call and they'll come and pick you up. Now, while you're in class, all of a sudden, as Auntie Salome is teaching mathematics, all of a sudden you now throw up. Oh, and they will be like, oh, Auntie, he just vomited. And you were like, oh, and they will touch your head, and your head is like hot, and like, oh, go and rest, and so on. And they will now call mommy. Mommy will now come to school and pick you up. And all of a sudden, they'll take you to the hospital, and the doctor will now tell mommy, oh, he has malaria, and they'll give mommy some drugs to give to you. And sometimes when mommy is telling you, take your drugs, mommy, I don't want to take any drugs. And mom tell you, if you take the drugs, I will buy you meat pie, I will buy you ice cream, Cold Stone ice cream, and you're like, okay, mommy. So you can see we are trying to look at illness right now, why people fall ill, what are the common symptoms, and so on. So thank you. So now let us look at the definition of illness. Now, what is illness? Illness is when the person is not feeling healthy and well. So meaning that when you're not feeling fine, when you're not healthy and well, you are ill. Now, if that is illness, what do we mean by common illness? Well, common illness are diseases that many people have in the community. Common illness are the diseases that many people have in the community. So you can say that today in Nigeria, when you check many people and when you tell people to go for medical tests, they always have symptoms of malaria and so on. So they are common. You find them in every person. Now, the next one to look at are common illness in our society. There are so many common illness in our society, such as 1, malaria, number 2, dysentery, number 3, diarrhea, number 4, we have cholera, number 5, we have cough, and number 6, we have typhoid. Now, let us look at the pictures. Now, you can see the boy lying on the bed. He has malaria. Are you getting me? He has malaria. And what are the symptoms of malaria? One of the symptoms of malaria is that you have what? Severe headache. Now, you also shiver, and also you'll be throwing up, isn't it? And you also have loss of appetite, and you'll be weak. Now, these are the symptoms of malaria, and this is what the child has there. You can see that the child is tired, he's weak, he has malaria. Now, the next one here is what? Dysentery. Now, dysentery, let me just make a difference right now so that you get to understand it. Now, dysentery and diarrhea is different. Well, first of all, let us look at dysentery. Now, in dysentery, the person will be having what? Frequent stooling. Now, the person will be stooling liquid. It will be a liquid stool. And not only is a liquid stool, it is also accompanied by what? Blood. As in, the person will be stooling blood. You can see from the image there, the person is stooling, and also blood is coming out of the stool. So it means that the person has what? Dysentery. Are you getting me? Now, the next one, you can see this person is also stooling also, like the previous person we just looked at. But there is a difference. The previous person has dysentery, and the stool was accompanied with what? Blood. But this other person that has diarrhea, there is no atom of blood in the stool. All he has is what? A liquid what? Stool. So the person visits the toilet frequently, has a liquid stool, but is not accompanied with what? Blood. So you can see that sometimes when we visit the toilet so often, and sometimes we say we are purging and so on, the person has diarrhea. It's also a common illness. Now, the next is cholera. You can see the people here that are lying down on the sick bay here. You can see they have 2 buckets. one beneath the bed where they could stool, and the other bucket by the side where they could what throw up, where they could vomit. Are you getting me? So this thing here now is that for cholera, the difference between cholera and diarrhea and dysentery now is that the person is stooling and the person is also vomiting at the same time. And you can see it's a serious illness. They need to isolate them from people, because if you come in contact with them, you can be infected. Are you getting me? Now, the next one is cough. You can see this person, I like the way the man did his hands while he's coughing. He's trying to prevent other people from getting the flu. So you can see that that cough is also a common illness. Now, the next one is typhoid fever. You can see from the image there, the child there is running temperature, he's shivering, and the person there is also having a running tummy, also stooling at the same time, and the lady there is having severe headache. So one of the symptoms of typhoid fever, you'll be shivering, you'll be running temperature, you'll be having stomach ache, you'll be visiting the toilet frequently, and you also have severe headache. Now these are the symptoms of typhoid. Now the next we want to look at symptoms of common illness in our society. Now the first thing first is that most of the common illness have related symptoms. So the general symptoms of common illness are as follows. That's almost all of them. When you see malaria, when someone has malaria, you see that the person has symptoms of headache. Even typhoid, the person has symptoms of headache also. So you can see that they have related symptoms. That is why we said most of the common illness have related symptoms. So what are these symptoms now? General weakness of the body. You can see even if the person has diarrhea, as the person is stooling, you see that the person will be weak. Are you getting me? So one of the common symptoms of this common illness is general weakness of the body. Now the next one is loss of appetite. You won't have, as in to eat, the appetite to eat will be lost and so on. You will not want to eat. You can see sometimes when you are sick, you have malaria, when they tell you to eat, you'll be like, mommy, I can't eat. I can't eat. In fact, I just want to drink if it is something sweet and so on. So they normally have loss of appetite. Now the next is headache. That's also that symptom. Dizziness, always feeling sleepy, want to sleep and so on, and vomiting. Now these are the symptoms of common illness in our society. Are you getting it? Now the next thing, I want to give you an assignment. I want you to go through it now. Write one difference between dysentery and diarrhea. Write one difference between dysentery and diarrhea. Then number 2, explain the loss of appetite. So I'm waiting for your answers, okay? Have a lovely day. Thank you very much, and thanks for watching.